Notes 2G, vertical and horizontal lines. Get your Pear Deck foldable and write the objective and essential question. Objective: I can write equations of vertical and horizontal lines and identify their slope. Essential question: what is the relationship between the line and the x-axis? The y-axis? Before we begin, let's go over the expectations. First, you get your Pear Deck foldable for the focus teaks that are covered today, which is 2G. Go to joinpd.com and join the session during class. Record answers and work for you do examples on Pear Deck slides. Complete this before you do the classwork and after the homework. Watch the video quietly with headphones or follow along on the board. On the next slide, it says drag the icon to your favorite place or a place you would like to visit in the Metroplex. This is where we are. Drag the icon to somewhere you have either been before or where you would like to go. Vocabulary. Practice pronouncing each of these words. Vertical line. A line that is going down and up. They do not have a slope. The slope is undefined. You have x equals something. Y-axis, the vertical line that goes through the origin. Horizontal line, a line that is going left and right. They have a slope of 0. Y equals something. X-axis, the horizontal line that goes through the origin. 0, 0, origin. If you remember from notes 3A, we were talking about Mr. Slopeface. So this I right here is a positive slope that's increasing. This line is a negative slope, decreasing. The nose is a vertical line, undefined. This is perpendicular lines. The mouth is a horizontal line, slope of 0. And then we have parallel lines. I do this example. Go ahead and write this in your Pear Deck foldable. So vertical lines have an undefined slope. The slope does not exist. Basically, you have some number over 0, where the change in y is not 0. The equations are in the x equals form. No y, no slope. Write the equation for each vertical line. So we look at this one, x equals 3. Y can equal 1, 2, 3, 0, -1, and so on. So we wouldn't define it by that because it keeps changing. The one that stays the same is x. X will always equal 3 no matter where you are on this line. That's how we get this equation. Let's look at the next one, number 2. This is also a vertical line. It's going to be in the x equals form. X equals -2. Now on your Pear Deck slide, go ahead and choose an option. What is the equation for this vertical line right here? Pause the video, choose an option. When you're ready to check your work, continue the video. You should have chosen the option x equals -3. Okay, let's do the next example. Write this down in your Pear Deck foldable. Horizontal lines have zero slope. The slope is constant. You have 0 over the change in x, where the change in x does not equal 0. The equations are in y equals form. No x, 0 slope. Write the equation for each horizontal line. On number 4, we have a horizontal line. That means we're going to have it in the y equals form. Y equals -2. And just like the previous examples with the vertical lines, with the horizontal lines, you could have x equals 0, x equals 1, x equals -1, so on. X is always changing, so we're not going to define the equation with that. We're going to call it y equals -2 because no matter where you are on this horizontal line, y is always going to be -2. On number 5, it's also a horizontal line, so we have y equals 2. On your Pear Deck slide, go ahead and do this you-do problem. Choose an option. What is the equation for this horizontal line? Pause the video, choose an option. We are ready to move on. Check your work. If you chose the option y equals -3, then you're correct. Y will always be -3 right here on this line. Verticals and horizontals. I do. Write this one down in your Pear Deck foldable. This line right here is horizontal, so let's put an H. The M, the slope, is 0. Horizontal lines, 0 slope. Your equation is going to be y equals 3. The next one, we have a line going up and down that is vertical, so we're going to put the letter V. The slope, there is no slope when there's no y. No y, no slope. So you put undefined. The equation, we're going to have x equals -1. On the next one, it's horizontal. M is 0. The slope is 0. Horizontal lines, 0 slope. The equation, we're going to have y equals 5. And then the last example here, we have another vertical line. Our slope is undefined. And our equation is x equals -4. On your Pear Deck slide, you do this one. Draw on the slide. Is this a vertical or horizontal line? What kind of slope does it have? And what's the equation? Pause the video, work this one out. When you're ready to move on, check your work. These are the answers for this slide. This is a vertical line. Vertical lines have no slope, undefined, and it's in the x equals 1 form. That's the equation. Okay, now you're going to write a summary about what you just learned. What is the relationship between the line and the x-axis? How about the relationship between the line and the y-axis? Include the words parallel and perpendicular in your sentences.